Right, shall we talk about the return of Boris Johnson to government, shall we?
It's the front page on the Daily Express today, written by Sam Lister, who was with us earlier. In a stunning move, Rishi Sunak has appeared to open the door for Boris Johnson's political comeback. Good.
Do you look forward to that, Nikki?
No, it's time for him to go. Shall we remind ourselves of what he did?
Yes.
I mean, prorogued Parliament, lied to the Queen. OK, what's the one good thing he did? Got the vaccine rollout straight. I mean, his lies are just
have an issue with that.
Lies upon lies upon lies. Exactly. If you don't feel positive about the vaccine, that's another issue. He really was never fit for office. He isn't fit for office now. Why have we got such short memories? Just leave him alone. Move on.
Because he's a fantastic campaigner.
Well, he's a good campaigner and he is charismatic.
But
whether
that
you
means
like him
he's
or
a
not,
salesman.
he is charismatic.
Yeah.
Exactly, which is not appropriate for public life when we require the highest of standards from people.
But he can sell the Tory policies better on the doorstep in the red wall than Rishi
Sunak. Well, then he should be a
can.
canvasser, but not.
Piers, why would he do that? Because he was stuffed up by various people in the cabinet here. Why on earth would he take to the streets of this?
Led by the Prime Minister.
Led by the Prime Minister. So why on earth would he take to the streets to try and save Rishi Sunak's backside? I can't see him doing it. He's making a lot of money now. He's making millions of pounds on the circuit for talking, whatever. So why would he do it? But the bottom line is the latest list of the most popular Conservatives, whether you like it or not, is Boris. He's number one.
Of course he is.
The poll last week said...
It is depressing.
It might be depressing, but that's what voters think. They didn't want to forgive him last year. They're ready to forgive him this year.
And we saw this week Liz Truss launching popular Conservatives, and she's the most unpopular.
And you know what? She's like something number 85 on that.
Yeah.
So why on earth would you bring her back? No one's listening to her anymore. But the bottom line is, Rishi's got to get real here. And I think this is why he's saying that the door was slightly ajar, though he hasn't quite said that. It's because he is not going to win the election the way things stand.
Now, where's this come from? This is an interview that Rishi Sunak has done, a fly-on-the-wall documentary, actually. It's on the telly tonight. And it's actually our very own Sam Lister, who was here this morning, who spotted it in this documentary where he says he still talks to Boris, etc. Now, the fact that he's doing all of this PR, and we've got our lovely evening on Monday, and you can scan the code and you can talk to him yourself on
We'll
GB
both be
News.
glued to it, we know.
And the fact that he's doing this now, is he building up to a May election? It's because it's quite early. Do you not think this is quite early? I think to win them over by November.
October, November.
He's sowing seeds. They've got so much more work to do. They need to turn around, the issues with boats. They've got to deal with
the trouble is, if they wait till October and the boats are cascading across the channel all summer, Nikki, that's a real problem for the Prime Minister.
I think what they're thinking about is tax cuts. Will people feel better off in 6 months' time? And then will that be an optimal time to go to the polls?
I think that's logical, but there are these very strong rumours, and you adhere to this, don't you?
I've got money.
When do you think
that it's May?
I think it's an outside possibility.
Well, they will be slaughtered if they do it in May, because he won't have begun to touch the immigration, one of the biggest problems that affects people. The economy won't, the tax cuts won't have kicked in at that point. So I don't understand the point. Have they all just given up, Piers? I think they have, you see.
Well, I mean, so many are standing down. And the 80th MP has now announced they're standing down at the next election.
It's shocking that the party that is ruling it appears just to have given up and accepted. Keir Starmer, in any decent world, Keir Starmer's party would not win this election if we had a half-decent Tory party, not a good one, because the Labour are so bad.
No, I do agree, and I agree as somebody who's on the left, somebody who would vote for Labour.
Are you disappointed with Starmer?
Yeah, very much, and I think this recent thing about them dropping the Green pledge is... unbelievable. It's the only good policy in that manifesto, the only strong, different thing that they've got going for themselves. Everything else is so weak. And, they're winning because the Tories are losing, not because they're winning.
So where would you go with your vote?
Well, this is really interesting. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say this on air, am I?
Yeah, you can,
Oh, it's not an election, so we're not influencing. OK. I don't know what I'm going to do with my vote. I always vote, because as a woman, it's extremely important to vote. Even if you go spoil your vote, go into the booth. You've got to do something. I have voted Green in the past. Don't massively have any faith in the Greens. Well, they can't. But it's not. I mean, if I vote Green, it's not because I want them as the ruling party. It's because I'd like more representatives in Parliament.
But what you will get then is a coalition.
Reform,
you get a coalition.
I'm afraid Richard Tice would not have my vote. He's a pound shop Mosley by my
thinking. So spoiled ballot.
It might be a spoiled ballot, but I will always vote.
But it's not going to be Labour.
I don't know. I haven't decided. No, not Lib Dems after the U-turn on tuition fees. Never again.
You see, I think Nikki won't be alone in this. I mean, I think there's a lot of people will do exactly what
I think you are very typical, Nikki.
I
am also
both main political parties. People feel homeless.
And I heard from someone the other night who knows about these things, who said that actually it's not Keir Starmer, that the Labour Party itself doesn't like Keir Starmer. They're sick of him. They think he's useless. That Rachel Reeves is running the party now.
She's called the shots on this.
She's called the shots on the Green policy.
But Rachel Reeves, the woman who plagiarised all that work in her new book, so not to be trusted.
That's who we're going to get.
Oh, it's a mess in